It is June 11th, 2022, and it's time for a Hummbug update. I did a lot of work recently to get this thing updated a bit, which I'll get into here in a minute. But one thing you can see here now is the 12-volt battery, which needs to be prettied up, is in the front trunk instead of underneath in the back. I did charge this thing fully yesterday, and now all three Zivas are blinking green and red, indicating they are balancing, which is good. The charger is working. I hooked up the trickle charger to come from my garage door opener down now so that I'm not tripping over the cords or running into them every time I walk by. But an additional change that I need to make is to kick on the DC to DC converter when the 12-volt battery is getting low to top it off instead of having to put it on the trickle charge every night. Balance-wise, you can see that there's still one battery at 3.95 and the highest is 4.20. So they're pretty unbalanced right now. And probably because this battery module is going bad, which doesn't really matter because these are going to be replacing it soon, which should give me about 60 to 80 miles of range instead of my current 20 miles. So now the key is on. I installed this nice little voltmeter so I can see that the DC to DC converter is not working because I turned the key on and it stays at 11.5 volts when it should go up to 13.8 or so. But that's okay, I know the reason for that. Emergency brake is on. Zilla view is running over here, but we can't see anything with this laptop screen in the sun. Can you see that? Can you see it, Victor? Not really. So the Zilla hairball is installed in the back seat here now, between the driver, or between the two passengers. This is going to be buttoned up, all this wiring will be neatened up, and there'll be a box over this thing to prevent any accidental touches of things. And then in the back here, the Zilla power module is installed. Now I have the Z1K up there, but there is a Z2K, which is mine, that I own, that is going to go there instead. I don't have the cooling hooked up yet, so I can't go too far, but it works. That was the major change. And the big difference was that it really stumped me, is the contactor plus and the battery plus need to be two parallel wires that run all by themselves over to the contactor directly, not used for anything else, not tapping over just convenient locations, but they need to both go to the contactor, which I didn't want to have to do, but I did. You can see the wires go right to there. You can serially communicate here with the controller sitting in the back. The can't get out of this menu because of this terrible terminal program, but this is basically the deal. I can always talk to it, and if I do Q3, it gives me lots of binary information, which is a little bit difficult to understand, but now we can run Zilla view, and Zilla view gives me all kinds of cool information about what's happening. The temperature of the controller, how much power I'm pulling, my throttle. I can verify my throttle is working. Oh, and by the way, updated pedal cluster with the two stock Volkswagen pedals for brake and clutch, and then the Prius pedal for gas. I need to clean up and neaten up my wiring here that I pulled apart during this process. And now, if I turn the car on, it's in neutral. Click of the contactor. Let's just rev the motor. can see the motor current and all that stuff going up. Things are working. And the stopped and not stopped indicator on there shows me that everything's working with this Zilla view program, which is ancient but works.